And what's good, everyone? Welcome back. Glad to have you guys in the stream once again tonight. I'm Behind Your Basketball here, covering play-by-play. We got a good one in store here, part of the doubleheader tonight. It's number 7 ranked Duke taking on Virginia. This game is at John Paul Jones Arena, home of the Cavs for this matchup here. Big one for Virginia as they're looking for the sweep of Duke tonight. If so, we'll put them right into the bracket for the NCAA tournament. Right now, Duke 23-4, 13-3 in the ACC. First in the conference, one game ahead of Notre Dame, 6-2 on the road. Winners the last 4 straight victories. Virginia looking to take this one tonight, putting on a sweep against Duke, potentially 17-10, just outside the bracket, 11-6 in the conference. And 10-4 in their home court, coming off a victory themselves. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I'm glad to have you guys back in here once again, as we'll be starting a couple minutes from now, covering this one play-by-play tonight. So, must-win game for Virginia. They're not in either Joe Lunardi or Jerry Palm's brackets for ESPN or CBS. They actually end up being behind North Carolina, Michigan, Indiana, SMU, Memphis, San Diego State, Oklahoma, Florida, Oregon, BYU. That's the grouping of teams right now on the bubble. And Virginia happens to not be in the bracket at the moment here. Looking to see if they can get themselves back in with a victory. Big thing why? Because they had those 2 early rough losses back in the non-conference slate. Navy and also against James Madison. And then also a couple other conference losses that hurt against NC State and Clemson. What's good, GJB? Welcome to the stream, man. Taking the Cavs tonight. Many hoop on the stream. Welcome in. Things going pretty well, man. Paulo Banchero leading Duke this season, averaging 17-8. Could very well be the number 1 draft pick coming up in the 2022 draft. Virginia led by Jaden Gardner, transfer from East Carolina, averaging 15-7. Duke coming into this matchup, number 16, scoring offense, putting up over 80 points per game, shooting above 55% inside. That's good for top 40 nationally. Virginia entering this matchup 11th in total defense, allowing opponents to 60.1 points per game this season. And they also commit the fewest fouls in the ACC. So this arena's rocking here. Got to get ready for the tip-off in just a moment. If you guys are new, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. We'll keep you guys posted throughout scores throughout the course of the night. Also, Kentucky against LSU after this one as well, so feel free to join in for that stream. So Duke will go in the blue uniforms tonight, white numbers, white letters. They go left to right in the court. Virginia, white home jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters, orange outline, right to left for Virginia. This place is rocking orange out at John Paul Jones Arena. Mark Williams goes up for the tip with Francisco Cafaro. We are underway and Duke controls the tip. Blue Devils with the ball first at the wing. It is Trevor Keels. Moves out to the top of the key. A.J. Griffin shooting above 45% from three-point range. Spin move. Griffin at the top. Moves it outside to Keels. Keels towards his left. Gives it out to Griffin. And Griffin dribbles into the paint. Moves it back out to the wing. 3-ball on its way. Hit the rim short. No good by Duke. And defensive rebound pulled down 30 seconds through by Virginia. Starting 5 tonight, Wendell Moore Jr., Trevor Keels, Paulo Banchero, Mark Williams, A.J. Griffin for Duke, Virginia. Bounce pass right baseline, jumper there on the board first, Jaden Gardner. Top scorer for the Cavs. What's good, Jay Ramirez? Welcome to Stream, man. Yeah, this is the last season for Coach K. Kihei Clark, Jaden Gardner, Reese Beekman, Armand Franklin, Francisco Cafaro. Starting 5 tonight for Virginia. Duke, second possession. Banchero has it at the wing. Bounce pass out to the right corner. Turns towards his left. Wendell Moore passes out to the top. Griffin fires away from 3 and misses that one off the mark. So Duke takes 2 quick threes, and Virginia with 2 defensive rebounds. Beekman to the outside, pulls up for the jumper straight away. Clark missed it off the front rim. If Virginia wants to beat Duke today, they're going to see if they can look to attack in this game, as Duke will fire away another 3, and they are 0 for 3 from the outside to start. Missed 3-point shot by Griffin, second missed 3 of the game by him. Duke is not a strong perimeter shooting team, so kind of mind-boggling right out of the gate that they've attempted all their shots as 3s. Beekman at the right corner, moves it out to Clark. Clark bounce pass, free throw circle off to Franklin, dumps it down low, Cafaro. Defended by Williams, up and under, blocked from behind by Williams. Big defensive play, and it goes right back to Duke. 2 minutes through. Duke yet to get on the scoreboard. Forcing a double team Wendell Moore. Now Griffin lobs it inside to Williams. Williams right block turnaround shot and gets the friendly bounce. That one is able to go through. Yeah, definitely for sure, man. I've seen a ton of people out here in the streams this season. It seems like it's more like SEC basketball. I've been having trouble bringing in the numbers for ACC and Big Ten, but SEC, the streams have been rocking lately. Missed shot inside the post for Virginia, goes right back to Duke. 2-2 to score, 17.5 left to go in the first. At the wing, Bunkero backs his way to the elbow, moves it out to the corner, Keels. Over to Bunkero, launches a three, and that misses off the back rim, no good. Deflected out of bounds by Mark Williams. So what in the world the game plan was for Duke here? Rough start for them, 0 for 4 from the outside. And this is a team that you have to take it to the rim. Bunkero needs paint touches if you want to win the game. And instead they attempt perimeter shots. Bunkero misses a 3. Keels missed a 3. And AJ Griffin missed 2 threes so far. So 0 for 4 from the outside. 1 for 5 as a team. Virginia with the ball top of the key. Clark moves it over to Beekman outside of Clark. Clark bounce pass. Out to the baseline, jab step Jaden Gardner. This has the makings to be a low-scoring game. Tough shot by Gardner, skids off the left side of the rim, and defensive rebound gets pulled down by Mark Williams. Duke will slow it down. 3 minutes, 15 seconds through, score is 2-2. Keels pushes it out to the left wing to Bunkero. Bunkero, pump fake at the top of the key. Not a strong three-point shooter. Gives it to Griffin, the top three-point shooter on the team. Griffin, pro hop, puts it up. No good off the back rim. Tipped up and goes right back to Virginia. 16:20 left to go in the first. Bounce pass. Franklin floats up the runner. Scores. And that is good for 2. Virginia all in the paint so far. 4-2. What's good, Johnny? Welcome in, man. Kentucky plays tonight. Yeah, I'm covering Kentucky against LSU right after that one. That ball was almost thrown away. Bunkero able to snag it, though, at the wing. Bunkero, turnaround, tough shot, hand in the face, missed off the mark. And defensive rebound pulled down by Virginia by Beekman. Drive, kick, open, 3, corner, splash. That's Kie Clark. 7-2 Virginia. Looking to pull off the sweep against Duke. Tremendous start here for the Cavaliers. They have done it through their defense. Top 12 defense nationally so far this season. Putting some pressure right past the midcourt logo. Keels passes out to the wing more. Dumps it down. Right block underneath. Has space. Scores. Trevor Keels. Up and off the backboard. Exactly what Duke needs if they want to pull out this victory here. Get to the rim. 15-15 left to go in the first. Virginia, one of the slowest offenses per adjusted tempo nationally. They will slow down the ball. Looking to use the full shot clock as they will go inside. Turn around. Got blocked. Williams came up with a block. Duke comes up with the ball again. At the left baseline. Back outside of Griffin. Passes corner. Moore. Dump off. Bunkero forces a double team. Swings it out. Right corner. Pump fake. Keels. Passes out to the top. Griffin. Oop. Inside, and we get a foul. And the clock will stop with 14:47. Slow start so far in this game. 7-4 Virginia leads. Virginia puts themselves in the bracket with a big W tonight here. If they put on a sweep against Duke, we'll be back after this. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. If you're in the Discord, make sure to let everybody know out in the Discord that I'm streaming right now as well. I haven't streamed for the past couple Wednesdays because I've had those nights usually for the past couple Wednesdays as basketball and lacrosse games that I've been covering, but this week I happen to be off today. There was no lacrosse game tonight, so that's why I ended up covering 2 games for you guys. Slow start as far as the offenses. I think it's going to be an under type of game. Over, under. Just going to take a look at that number here. See what the over, under was. Duke came into this matchup as a 5.5 point favorite. And also, hit me up in the chat who you got in this one. Duke of Virginia, who you like in this one? Joe, welcome to stream. I think it's going to be a really close game. Virginia's been playing really well lately, and they've been pretty good in their home court. They haven't lost in over a month at home. A lot of great basketball action going down. Xavier taking on Providence. Providence 14-1 in their home court as they lead. Xavier just took the lead 6-5 over Providence. Really good matchup between St. John's and Creighton. This game is at St. John's. Johnny's lead by 36-35 over Creighton. Creighton currently on the bubble at the moment, 18-8, 10-5 in the Big East. South Carolina leading Mississippi State 31-19. Mississippi State has dropped from bubble to not in the bracket, and that would basically crush their dreams. They would have to win the SEC tournament in order to get into March Madness at this rate. So we get back into action, 14.5 left to go. Virginia with the ball up by 3. Beekman has it at the top. Moves it out to the wing, bounce pass. Right baseline underneath, turn around, tough shot, hand to the face, missed off the back rim by the Cavaliers by Jaden Gardner. Gardner top scorer this season. I really like Kentucky this season. They've been getting wins even though they've been undermanned for them. Also Purdue. Purdue is an extremely deep team, but the question mark there for them comes with their defense. Because it seems like they don't play like with enough effort for Purdue that they could play like even more. For them, as that is good down low. Theo John banks it. 7-6, 13:40 left to play. Bounce pass at the elbow. Virginia has with Gardner. Handoff. Beekman moves out to the free throw circle. Jumper missed off the back rim by Armin Franklin. Duke comes up with the ball once again. 13.5 left to go in the first. Pass out to the corner. They move it around. Right corner, open 3. Nice ball movement by Duke. Keels couldn't connect off the back rim. Banchero had the rebound for a moment, stripped away from him. And Kihei Clark comes out with the ball, pulls up the jumper, takes it, and he makes it. Kihei Clark outnumbered. 1-on-2. Stop and pop jumper off the steal with a strip underneath, defending Banchero. And with a big 3, he pulls up and drills. 13 minutes left to go in the first. Duke will shoot a 3 here from the outside. That is good. Jeremy Roach lets the 3 rain down. That's the first made 3 tonight by Duke on their 6th attempt. Virginia has it at the top. Caden Shedrick puts it into the hands of Clark. Fires away again. He is sizzling right now. Kihei Clark back-to-back 3s. Clark up to 9 points. He has made 3 3-point shots. Virginia 3 for 4 from the outside. Duke 1 for 6. Left corner. Paulo Banchero working 1-on-1. Jab step. Deep 2 baseline jumper. What a shot right there. Banchero able to connect past Gardner. Scoring starting to pick up. Both these teams taking a look at some quality looks right now. Beekman brings it up the court. Moves it outside to the wing. Clark 1-on-1, left baseline dribble, moves it back, and this ball gets stolen away. Burst to speed, Trevor Keels out to the races. Ball poked from behind, goes out of bounds, and it will stay. Duke basketball, great defensive play up the court by Armin Franklin. We're going to head to a media timeout, 11:57 left to go in the first half here. Great game between these two teams, 13-11, as we have been in a battle so far in this one. All right, quick scoreboard update. Texas leading TCU 8-7. A lot of teams in the bubble playing tonight between TCU, Virginia. Xavier's lost a lot of games lately. Yeah, SEC has got like the biggest numbers, I feel like. I've tried with these ACC and Big Ten streams, like big name schools, and they haven't been able to bring in like a lot of people into the streams, unfortunately. I feel like the numbers are really good though. If when I've covered like it's either Arkansas or Kentucky or Alabama or Auburn, those have been like the top numbers that I've got. I feel like it's been between those four schools. So Kihei Clark has 9 out of the 13 so far for Virginia. Top score for Duke. That's Jeremy Roach with a lone 3-point shot made. And then Keels, Boncaro, Mark Williams, Theo John have all scored 2 points each. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Right now we're just in a timeout. And yeah, I'm probably going to release the March Madness Tournament Challenge within the next few days or so. So when that happens, I'll pin it in the chat. I'll pin that in the chat for like when I do have a chance to create the grouping or so. I'll put it into the chat, and then it'll be pinned into the chat for like the next probably like 2 weeks or so before Selection Sunday. Xavier leads up over Providence 10-7. St. John's with a big run themselves as they lead Creighton 46-39. That game's worth monitoring. Creighton, one of the teams on the bubble at the moment. Texas leading TCU 14-12. So we get right back into action here. 13-11, Virginia leads with 12 minutes left to go in the first. Duke with the ball, backs his way. Theo John has an opening, throws it down as he was able to get past a flop by a Virginia defender. Down onto the hardwood went Caden Shredrick. And this is back to a tie game. 11.5 left to go in the first. Clark has it at the top of the key as he's defended 101 by Roach. Moves it out to the right wing into the hands of Beekman. Beekman dribbles towards the top. Moves it outside to the wing. Beekman has it once again. Dribbles up. Moves it out to the top of the key. It is Cody Strapman, and he gets called on a travel. Duke with the ball approaching the 11-minute mark left to go in the first. 3-point shot attempt missed by Boncaro off the back rim. Shedrick comes up with a defensive rebound. Virginia will dribble past midcourt with Kie Clark. Now Beekman has it. Beekman puts it off the screen into the hands to Stratman. Back out to Beekman. Passes off to Clark. Clark floats it cross court. Beekman has an opening. Takes the three. Couldn't connect. And ripped away off the glass by Banchero. Duke will have it once again. Banchero hands it off to Moore. Low scoring game at 13 all. Moore lobs it into the hands of Theo John. John hands it off towards the right wing. It's Banchero. Banchero passes out to the top. Jeremy Roach, jab step working one-on-one. Crossover, has the ball poked loose, able to get it back with 5 in the shot clock. Outside of Moore. Right baseline dribble. Moore takes the jumper, missed off the front rim, collected on a rebound by Virginia. As that goes to number 2, Reese Beekman. 10 minutes left to go. What's good, Bradley, Jason? Welcome to the stream, guys. Virginia has it with Beekman. Under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Low-scoring game between these two teams. As Virginia will have it stripped and a foul. Duke reaches in. So in a 2 minutes and 48 second scoring drought now for Duke. Both these teams been having a lot of trouble knocking down shots recently. 9:49 left to go in the first. Substitution now for Virginia. Kie Clark comes out of the game. As this is Malachi Pondexter who comes in, and Clark has been great so far today. He has scored 9 of the 13 points. Virginia gets the inbound as Beekman. Now gives it out to Shedrick. Moves it outside to Beekman once again. Dribbles, attacks right down the lane. Missed the layup, no good. Off the fingertips of Shedrick, and it goes back to Duke. Keels came up with a rebound. Out to the top, Keels. Passes out to Roach. Joey Baker, first time into the game, number 13 of Duke. 9.5 left to go in the first. Keels dribbles towards his left. Almost stumbles, able to regain its dribble. Moves it out to Beekman. Griffin. Keels has it. Keels attacks, floats it up, and draws the foul. So that's the first foul picked up by Pondexter. Yeah, things going pretty well, man. Non-shooting foul, so Duke will get the inbound. Yeah, feel free to let the guys know in the Discord if anybody's interested. Feel free to come on or so. It seems like the SEC streams by far have been getting like the biggest numbers. Like, I've tried ACC and Big Ten this year, and the numbers haven't been good at all. 9 minutes left to go in the first. Virginia gets the ball right back. They take the three. Missed off the mark by Franklin. Defensive rebound pulled down by Mark Williams. Keels will hand it off. Roach passes it on top. Griffin pump fake. Moves it outside of Roach. 12 in the shot clock. 8.5 left to go. Roach elevates for the J. Splashes that one through. 15-13, great game between these two teams as Duke has taken the lead. 6-zip run now by Duke. Virginia's just stagnant on 13. They're on a 4.5-minute scoring drought. Reese Beekman moves it out to the corner, out to the top. It's back to Beekman. Beekman dribbles up. Off of a double team, moves it outside. Pondexter has a great look at a three. Couldn't connect. Tapped out, though, and that is just a bad possession by Virginia. That's a turnover. Hey, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. That's rough right there by Virginia. They tipped it out to the perimeter, and the guards of Virginia were just looking at the ball. They just looked at the ball rolling out of bounds instead of tracking it down. Beekman. It was Beekman and Armin Franklin. Both of them just gave up on it. Like, should have had the offensive rebound. Should have had a new shot clock there. And no. That's a big-time mental mistake. Virginia held a 31% shooting. So we're going to take a timeout. 15-13 as Duke has taken the lead, and Virginia's yet to score in almost 5 minutes. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, and feel free to join in later tonight, Kentucky against LSU. I think a lot more people will be going on for that one tonight. Quick update here, early games for college basketball. Providence leading Xavier 13-12. TCU up over Texas 19-16. A lot of teams in the bubble in action today between TCU, Virginia, Creighton, Wake Forest. Also in action, Davison is playing right now. So a bunch of teams in the bubble. Iowa State taking on West Virginia. That's a big game for the bubble. Michigan and Rutgers, another big game for the bubble going on. Michigan leading Rutgers 20-16. Without their head coach, Juwan Howard, rest of the regular season. Won't be available until the conference tournaments. Notre Dame on the bubble. Notre Dame leading 25-23. Davison leading Duquesne 24-21. Clemson up over Wake Forest. Not a good start for Wake tonight, 18-9. And yeah, ACC down season here. And that's tough if Wake Forest can't take it against Clemson today. St. John's leading Creighton right now. Yeah, that was a really good Super Bowl, man. I called it. I thought that Cooper Kupp would have got the MVP. So TCU up over Texas 19-18. Texas been struggling a little bit lately for them. They've kind of been inconsistent. Hovering at the back of the top 25, Texas right now ranked at number 20. What's good, Brian? Welcome in, man. Back to action, 7:45 left to go in the first. Boncaro has it for Duke as they lead up by 2. Mark Williams receives the pass to the baseline, backs his way, right block, moves it out to Griffin. Griffin, best three-point shooter in the team, takes one straight away. Couldn't connect, though, as he's 0 for 3 on the outside. Goes right back to Virginia. Virginia's yet to score a single bucket in over 5 minutes. All the way back in the 340s this season in points scored per team. Free throw circle, Cafaro moves it out to the top. Clark, bounce pass elbow over to Clark. Pump fake, he's got 9 of the 13. Clark looking for 11. Dump off, Cafaro bobbled, and he turns it over. Got to be ready to catch that right there for the big man. 7-footer Francisco Cafaro. Just dribble drive attack by Clark. And it was a nice dump off, and Cafaro went butterfingers on it. So turnover's been a problem here for Virginia. That's their third. And they don't turn it over much. Duke's only turned it over twice. 7 minutes left to go in the first. Duke has had trouble this season losing games because of turnovers. Underneath, Mark Williams fouled, and he gets it. And 1. Draws the contact, and Mark Williams will head to the free throw line. Hey, what's good, Malika? Welcome back in. 8-zip run by Duke. Virginia hasn't scored in 6 minutes. Free throw by Williams around the rim and out. Virginia comes up with a defensive board. They're going to slow it down. They can't get any sort of looks out there. Beekman out to the top to Clark. Bounce pass over to the right wing. It's Franklin. Skips it cross court. Clark, the only one that's basically providing this team to hang into the game, takes the three, and he makes it wide open. That's the fourth made three by Kihei Clark. He is the savior right now of Virginia. 12 out of the 16 points through Clark. Duke with the ball. And Duke's got a really good perimeter defense. Moore pushing off, gets called for the offensive foul. As he pushes off, defended by Beekman. 6:09 left to go in the first in a tough offensive matchup here between these two teams. It's been through the defenses. Wendell Moore just picked up his second foul. Virginia takes up the court with Beekman. Beekman now to Shedrick. Back out to the top. Beekman. Beekman passes off the screen. Clark, open three, takes it, and missed off the front rim. Had another great look as Mark Williams came up with a defensive rebound. Just a little short by Clark. Boncaro. One-on-one crossover. Pass deflected. Gets into the hands of Roach, though. Duke doing a nice job taking care of the ball tonight. Just only 2 turnovers. Trevor Keels passes to the top of the key to Roach. Moves it out to the left baseline. Boncaro one-on-one. Dish out to the corner. Griffin, pro hop into the key, puts one up, no good, gets his own rebound back, and gets ripped away. Wow, big defensive play right there. Griffin had it for a moment underneath his own hoop, and Armand Franklin with a strength able to rip away. Here's off the screen, Clark spots up, takes the three, and he is the savior of Virginia tonight as he drills his 5th three of the game. 15 by Kihei Clark, off of 5 made threes, all in the first half. Averaging 9.9 points per game. Fall away. That is way off the mark. No good by Boncaro at the right baseline. Virginia comes up with a rebound. 4:45 left to go. Top 12 defense nationally, and that's what's propelling Virginia right now. Duke is just 1 for 8 from 3. Out to the top. Open 3 again. Clark hits it through. That's number 6. Kihei Clark. Wide open. As you can be on multiple possessions right now for Virginia. 5'9" guard from Woodland Hills, California, having a game of his career. 4:30 left to play in the first. Timeout taken by Coach K at Duke. Wow. If Virginia wins this game, they get put right into the bracket. This is the biggest game of the season for Virginia. And they're coming into this game pretty good lately. After a rough start in the non-conference slate losses against Navy and James Madison, they won their last 5 out of 6 games. Just going to see the upcoming schedule for Virginia here. 17-10. It's those bad losses that really hurt. They're going to have to make sure that, because at-large is going to be tough, but it could be helped, though, because they also lost against Clemson, too. They lost against Virginia Tech, but it could be helped out if Navy does win the Patriot, which is it's a 3-way battle on the Patriot. Navy, Colgate, and BU. But remaining part of the schedule, Virginia with only 2 games left, and they got Florida State at home, which Florida State's just been really bad on the road this season, and then they're at Louisville. So that's the last 2 for Virginia. Certainly winnable for sure for both of those games. And Virginia coming off a big road victory at Miami, which Miami's in the bracket. So Virginia swept Miami. They lost against Wake Forest, and they lost against UNC. Also lost against Notre Dame. Just going to see the scoreboard right now. Xavier leading Providence 22-19. St. John's Creighton at halftime, 46-39. St. John's leading. Vermont is steamrolling through their conference, 31-15. Vermont's already won the regular season championship in the America East. They're a team to circle on your bracket. I think Vermont is going to do some damage. Win a first-round matchup. They are certainly capable of doing so. All depends on who they take on as a 5 seed. But I think they can certainly beat a team like Ohio State or a team like Tennessee in the first round. Vermont has 10 seniors on their team. They just, nobody knows how good they are because they didn't schedule like they didn't put together a tough schedule in the non-conference slate for Vermont. But they played pretty close against Providence when they played, because that's the best opponent they've had on their schedule. They hung in there most of the game against Providence. That's a team to circle on the bracket. Clemson leading Wake Forest 28-18. Not a good sign for Wake Forest tonight. And Davison, first place team in the A-10, leading Duquesne 33-27. Big game for the bubble. Michigan leading against Rutgers 32-28. That game's going to have to be monitored as far as who wins that. And Rutgers has been red hot. And then Notre Dame trailing against Syracuse 32-30. Syracuse has been playing much better too. What's good? Wide Awake, welcome in. Glad to have you guys back in the stream once again as we get back to action. Kihei Clark is on fire. 6 made threes, 18 points out of the 22. Drew Clark for Virginia. Here's a block down low by the Cavs. They're going to call a foul, though, on the block. It's on Beekman. So there was contact on it, so this will send Trevor Keels to the free throw line. And make sure to join in later tonight. Second stream of the night will be LSU against Kentucky. Kentucky up to number 6 now in the rankings. LSU is struggling lately. And that game is at Rupp Arena. That's at Kentucky's home court. Both of the shots good at the line for Keels. 3-point game, 4:15 left to go. A lot of great games in college basketball. We'll keep you guys posted throughout the night. Virginia with the ball. Reese Beekman. Moves it over to Clark. Legit cannot miss from the outside. Clark dribbles towards his left. Bounce pass off to Beekman. Moves it out to Clark at the wing. Clark at the top of the key, defended by Roach. Bounce pass off to the elbow. Jaden Gardner. Spin move. Turn around. Tough shot. Missed off the back rim. Deflected into the hands of A.J. Griffin. Duke has the ball. Griffin. Kick out to the corner. Off to Keels. Dump off down low. Boncaro double team. Swings it out to Roach. Deep range 3. Right down the pipe and he delivers. Jeremy Roach for the triple. They're gonna say it's a deep. They're gonna say it's a deep 2 off of it. So foot was on the line. 22-21. Oop. Not 121. 21. 3:20 left to go in the first. Virginia has the ball. They're gonna move it outside. Dribble, drive, dump off, and Shedrick, you gotta have your hands on that one, and turns it over. Second time in this game that they got Caden Shedrick on a cut to the hoop, and he just doesn't have hands to catch the pass in time. The reaction time just not there. And this is a Virginia team that doesn't turn over the ball often, and they've turned it over for their 4th time. To beat Duke, you have to win the turnover battle, and that has not happened tonight for Virginia. Duke with only 3 turnovers. 3 minutes left to go, attacking right down the lane and scoring. Jeremy Roach the cup as he lays it up and in. That's a quick bucket off the inbound. 12-2 points in the paint. That's how Duke's going to win this game. Just driving to the bucket. They started out attempting a lot of 3-point shots. Missed jumper at the elbow by Virginia. Back to Duke. Keels. At the top of the key. Hands it off to Boncaro. Boncaro dribbles. Lost the handle. And he turns it over. So that's turnover number 4 down by Duke. Clock will stop with 2:36. Paulo Boncaro tonight, 9 points. He had 9 points against Virginia on the rare off night back on February 7th. Boncaro's only been held at 2, 1 for 5 shooting, and he's got 3 of the 4 turnovers. So he's had a tough game so far against Virginia in this matchup. Clark has not had a tough game so far. Basically has saved Virginia 18-22. Lob over the top, active hands as Mark Williams able to deflect it. Virginia gets the ball right back though. Beekman, tough look, and he hits it. 18-footer straight away by Reese Beekman, and somebody else is able to score for Virginia. So 6 points now, 2 by Gardner, 2 by Beekman, 2 by Franklin of the 24, scored by any other player not named Kie Clark. Minute 45 left to go in the first, in a low-scoring affair. Keels lobs it into the hands of Bunkero. Bunkero at the right baseline, dribbles up. Defended one-on-one. Bunkero lobs it, low block, pump fake. Mark Williams, first shot no good, follows with a second one and scores. Nice strong move to the hoop right there from Markey. 6 and 5 so far tonight from Mark Williams at Duke. 1:20 left to play in the first. Wide open, Cafaro. Not a typical three-point shooter. Gives it out to Clark. Clark attacks, goes back door, knocked down, no call. Williams comes out with a defensive rebound. Approaching the 1 minute mark left to play. Duke has it, turns the corner, drives, right hand. Roach too tall off the glass. Back goes the rebound to Virginia. Clark looking up, shovels out to the wing, turns the corner, dump off, 2-on-1, puts it up, huge block from behind by Griffin. They're going to call a foul on him though. So it's going to lead in 2 free throws. Jaden Gardner will head to the free throw line. 54.7 seconds remaining, and a low scoring but quick first half. I actually like a game that's quick because it allows for a couple minutes of downtime if we do finish before 9 o'clock. Before LSU against Kentucky, that'd be great. And it seems like whenever I've called Virginia, these games are a breeze because they don't foul. Whereas if I call a team like LSU or Tennessee, Auburn's right up there too. Like you'll have a game with 40 combined fouls with that trio there playing with any of those teams. You put them together in a matchup there. Auburn against LSU or Auburn against Tennessee. Tennessee against LSU. There's a ton of fouls combined, but whenever you have Virginia, 3 fouls by both of these teams so far. Tie game up at 25. 1 for 2 that trip at the free throw line for the Cavs by Gardner. 3 good from the outside by Jeremy. It's Trevor Keels who hits it, number 1. So Duke by 3. 35 seconds left to play. And an extremely fast first half. Virginia with the ball at the top. 20 in the shot clock. 10-second differential shot clock and game clock. And we will have a foul here committed by Duke away from the basketball. Or no, they're going to call it. Yeah, they will call a foul. And now Virginia will burn a timeout. Ooh, see a little blood from Mark Williams' thumb on the B-roll there on the screen. So Virginia takes the timeout. Mark Williams going to have to get that cleaned out as we see some blood on the left thumb of Mark Williams. We take a timeout. Great game so far, 28-25. If you guys are new to the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Virginia's made 6 threes in the first half. All those threes made by Kie Clark. Basically has saved the Cavaliers in this game. Saving them with a chance to make the NCAA tournament. If they do win this one, definitely boost up their chances a ton. And then for Duke right now, they've had every single player in their entire starting 5 score. And then off the bench, they've had 4 starters out of 5 score. So Wendell Moore has only attempted 1 shot. He's yet to score so far. And then they've got 2 other players off the bench who has scored. Top scorer so far is Jeremy Roach with 7. And then Keels and Mark Williams both have 6. Inbound to Virginia, 25 seconds left to play. 7-second differential shot clock and game clock as we get back to action here in the final 20 seconds of the first half. Out to the left baseline. They move it out to Clark. Takes the 3. Huge block right there by Duke from the side. As that happens to be Jeremy Roach who comes in and denies Kie Clark. Pass down low. 1 dribble. Bunkero turn around. Puts it up. And he scores. Gardner goes down, called for the blocking foul, and Gardner's down hard. Paulo Banchero going to shoot one at the free throw line. 4 seconds left to play, and Gardner is still down, and this is not a good sign for Virginia. Jaden Gardner, top scorer, top rebounder this season for the Cavaliers. Banchero caught it, one dribble, pivots. Didn't look like an elbow or anything. Shedrick was in the area. Let's see. Pivot by Banchero over the right shoulder, and Gardner just puts it up in the scores. Yeah, that's just Gardner. Ooh, yeah, there was an elbow. There was an elbow by Banchero to Gardner. So Gardner, with an immediate fall right afterwards, has to get helped down on his feet. This is an official review right now on the court. So initial call is a blocking foul by Jaden Gardner. The bucket down low by Banchero, and looks like they're going to count the bucket. Is Tony Bennett obviously frustrated about that call right now, next to the official, as they did review it. Gardner's going to come out of the game for the final 4 seconds, it looks like. And it's going to be one shot at the free throw line. Banchero shooting one. Missed off the front rim. Defensive rebound. Caffaro. 2 seconds left to go. And Kihei Clark gets fouled with 1.5. Bad foul down the far side of the court by Trevor Keels of Duke, right around midcourt. I don't think they're going to get him on the shot, though. I think it was right before his shooting motion. Yeah, they won't get him on the shot. So 1.5 seconds left to play. Lucky for Duke. That was almost. He took one more dribble and then went up to the shooting motion. So a reach-in charge to Keels. Inbound coming up for Virginia. Virginia lob over the top, looking for a cut alley-oop jam, and they can't get it. Denying. That was Banchero for the look off to Stratman. So that's how we close out the first half in the books. 30-25 as Duke leads. It was looking like it was going to be like mid-20s going into halftime. Duke, though, with a late bucket with a 3-point play opportunity that they did get 2 on. Great game between these two teams, but for Virginia, they have to see if they can at least be able to get other players involved in this game right now, because that is just not sustainable. Duke's got a really good perimeter defense. Kihei Clark scored 18 points. He made 6 threes. He's playing the game of his life right now to see if he can save Virginia. Kihei Clark was part of that 2019 national championship team, and he is just carrying 18 of the 25s going through Clark as we head to halftime. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams. A lot of teams in action right now in the bubble, and to keep you guys updated what's going on throughout college hoops. TCU currently in the bubble. They lead Texas 30-28. That's a road game for TCU. We'll keep you guys posted there. Xavier leading Providence. Xavier's been struggling lately as Xavier leading Providence 30-26. Providence is 14-1 in their home court this season. St. John's up over Creighton 58-55. St. John's not in the bracket. They're behind in a lot of groupings, but they still have a chance, but basically got to win out if you're St. John's. And for Creighton, they're on the bubble inside the tournament bracket, but more of a higher seed for Creighton, like a 10 or an 11 seed. And right now, Creighton's down by 1. Vermont putting on a beating against Binghamton. 37-17, the America East runs through Vermont. Wake Forest making the game closer against Clemson. Clemson leading, though, 36-33. Davison, same score against Duquesne, leading 36-33. Davison, top team in the A-10. Big game for the bubble tonight. Iowa State struggling as they are losing against West Virginia, 31-28. West Virginia, the top team in the Big 12. And Iowa State, one of the last teams in the bracket. They've gone from top 15 to possibly falling on a March Madness. Big game for the bubble. Rutgers taking on Michigan. Michigan leading by 2, 32-30. And then Notre Dame leading Syracuse, tight game 42-38. So a lot of great basketball going on tonight. We'll keep you guys posted. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one. Duke or Virginia. Got a really good game currently. And feel free to join the stream later tonight. Second game will be LSU against Kentucky that I'll be covering. So feel free to join that one as well. That should be a really good game too. LSU has been dropping a lot of games lately. Kentucky's playing lights out. What's good, Dennis? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, that's right. Virginia looking for the sweep of Duke tonight. If Virginia wins this game, they get put right in the bracket, I believe. So Virginia's 17-10. That will be their second top 10 victory. Virginia hanging on this game basically because of Kihei Clark making 6 threes in the first half. And Duke outgaining them in paint points. Duke winning points in the paint by a landslide, 16-2. 11 bench points by Duke, 0 by Virginia. Yes, I think Providence can beat Xavier tonight. Providence has had history of being down early and then digging themselves out of a hole. They done it recently. Last 2 games they played against teams at the bottom of the conference, able to come back. They won a couple weeks ago against DePaul at home, and I think they were down by double digits against DePaul, and then they came back Sunday against Butler. They were down by 19. They came back and won. That's my team, by the way. I've been a Providence fan all my life. I'm actually from Massachusetts, where I am, not too far down the road from Providence, but I call all different types of teams here. College hoops, NBA, Celtics fan. So I'm a Celtics fan, Patriots fan, Red Sox, Bruins. For college, my team's Providence. And it's been a dream season. It's been really odd though. They got so many seniors, but as far as like statistics, it's because you think about teams winning games and having great records like Arizona does. It's through statistics that most of the teams have that, but for Providence, it's not really that. They don't have a strong offense. Their perimeter defense has been shaky at times too. But, I mean, they're just like a physical, gritty type of team that plays with a ton of toughness. And is just able to win multiple close games. So that's how they've got the record that they have. They got a lot of leadership on Providence. I saw it was a picture that they had that the whole team was basically running their own huddle when it came down late against the game against Butler. That's big for TCU if they win tonight over Texas, because I heard that TCU is playing injured, a couple players. TCU's got 7 games in a 15-day span. So we'll learn more about TCU, whether this team's a tournament team, but they got a brutal schedule. 6-7 in the conference. Just gonna see. I'm gonna bring up their schedule. They do have Mike Miles tonight. Mike Miles has only scored 5 because he's basically the star of that team. Hey, that's awesome there, Joe. Yeah, I'm from the South Coast where I'm from. I'm like close by towards Providence. I'm in like the Fall River Taunton area where I'm from in Massachusetts. I think they added some more games to TCU's schedule, but what I'm looking at right here is that they've got the next couple of games. They're playing basically every other day for TCU. So they've got Texas Tech, Kansas twice, and then West Virginia. That's what they close out with is okay. So I think they meant maybe the conference tournaments when you added it in, that they could have like 7 games in the span of like 15 days. They got a game on Saturday hosting Texas Tech. They got a game on Tuesday next week hosting Kansas, and then they're at Kansas on Thursday next week, and then they're at West Virginia on Saturday next week. So that's crazy that they play every other day to close out the season. Yeah, I am too. I like the Celtics tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome there, man. Yeah, Central Mass has got a lot of great apple picking towns out there. I was coming back from New Hampshire yesterday, so we usually take like 495 coming back, going through Central Mass. Yeah, I plan on covering tomorrow the Celtics game, so feel free to join in for tomorrow night too. They take on the Nets. After this one will be the second game of my doubleheader, Kentucky against LSU. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll take a look at it when I have a chance there, Dennis. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, over here it's like a lot of like cranberry bogs, farmlands down in like this area where I'm from. But yeah, I go up to Central Mass, tons of apple picking places. I have no clue. No clue who the refs are in this game. I wonder if there's any info on that. Oh, here we go. I just found it. So I never like pay attention to who the officials are. So, but here's the names: Bill Covington Jr., Mike Roberts, and Lamar Simpson. So that looks like those are the officials for tonight's game. That's something that the ESPN box score wouldn't have. I just brought it up on the schedule for the box score. They have like a couple, like it all depends on the skull that they do, like the box score and stuff like that. I like how they do it here. So what Virginia uses must be stat broadcast, because I usually, whenever I call the games for to get stats for NBA, I go through ESPN, but for college I either bring up stat broadcast or I do ESPN. It all depends on what teams have it, because other teams do. I think it's another type of stat thing that they go to, because Florida was using that one yesterday. I'm not like a fan of the stat, like the type of stats, like the layouts that some of the teams have it, but some of the teams have the layouts like a different layout than other teams. But I like the layout that they got for Virginia, because a lot of teams use that layout and some of the teams use another type of layout. So Providence Xavier going into halftime, the score is 36-36. Brian, what's good? Welcome in, man. Glad to have you back in. Been 3 months right now. Welcome back into the stream here, man. TCU leading Texas currently 35-30. A lot of teams having big games tonight. Oh, that's cool there. So you went to school with Billy Covington Jr. That's awesome. Yeah, that must be great going to be an official for these games. I used to be a baseball umpire when I was younger. That's what my first job was. I was a baseball umpire for 7 years. I started out umpiring Little League at the age of 14. I went all the way up until I graduated college at 21. And then it was tough for me after that, because then I took on my job, and the games for baseball were usually at 5 o'clock or so, and I ended up getting out of work around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, so it was like tough getting into the games from there. So I had to just focus on my main job instead. So we'll release the poll right now. Duke took the poll tonight, 71-29. I saw that Duke's a 3 seed in the bracket of Lunardi. They're a 2 seed in the bracket for Jerry Palm. They're basically in the borderline 3 and 2 right now. And then for Virginia, they're just outside the bracket. Wake Forest trailing at halftime 36-33. I'm looking to see if there's any upsets tonight. Haven't really seen any. West Virginia leading Iowa State 41-31. That's kind of expected, though. Iowa State spiraled downwards. I don't even think they make it into the bracket, honestly, for Iowa State. I've been saying that for a month plus right now, but that's not a good sign for them. West Virginia is dead last in the Big 12. It's just been the case that these teams are beating and banging upon each other at the Big 12, because one point we had like 8-9 teams that could have made the tournament, and now the numbers dwindle down. It's probably going to be around 6 that make the bracket now from the Big 12, because got left behind happened to be West Virginia, Iowa State. Those two really got left behind, and Oklahoma as well. And then Oklahoma State's not even tournament eligible. And then Kansas State, they're still miles away from the bracket. I was shocked to see Lunardi had them as the next 8 out grouping for like the first 8 teams that were out of the bracket. I was shocked to even see Kansas State's name on that list, and then they got destroyed last night against Kansas. So yeah, they're not going to be on that like last 8 out of the bracket grouping anymore. I didn't see them as like a 1 or a 2 seed in the NIT. All depends or so for MLB. I'm probably gonna do a lot more basketball for a while, because it goes March Madness, and then after that's gonna be the NBA playoffs after that. Yeah, those are the 2 big things that bring in the numbers into the channel, is the March Madness tournament and then the NBA playoffs. What's good, Vaughn? Welcome to the stream, man. That was a quick first half. We're going to get rolling here for the second half. If you guys didn't join in the first half, quick update. Here's that Kihei Clark single-handedly keeping Virginia in this game. 18 of the 25 points drew Kihei Clark, as he has made 6 3-point shots. We're back to action. Virginia left to right in the court. Clark, pump fake into the key. Bounce pass, left corner, open 3 on its way. Missed off the rim by Beekman. Offensive rebound control by Gardner. Another chance. Dribble. Drive. Right hand. Down the lane inside. Scores. Reese Beekman for 2. It's a 3-point game now. Quick answer by Virginia to start things off in the second half. First possession for Duke. Bounce pass. Top of the key. Mark Williams looking to hand it off. He does. Bobbled. But Bunkero able to hand it off to Griffin on the outside. 12 on the shot clock. Griffin. Crossover. Swings it out to the right corner. Trevor Keels lobs it down low. Bunkero outside. Keels pushes at Griffin. Takes the 3. 5 in the shot clock. Halfway down and around the rim and out. Virginia comes up lucky as they pull away the defensive rebound. Second possession by Virginia. They're going 1 possession for both of these teams in 1 minute each. Out to the wing. Open 3. Kihei Clark missed. Follows it up though. Gets his own rebound. Passes. Free throw circle. Open jumper. Friendly roll. Jaden Gardner able to get the bucket. Gardner averaging 15 and 8 this season And now he's only got his 5th point of the game, but that one is a big, big bucket when you look at the box score at the very end of this game. Quick timeout taken by Coach K of Duke, as Virginia goes on a 4-zip run to start out half number 2. It's 30-29. I would go Eminem right there. That would be a no there, Vaughn. All the good hockey content goes on off-the-wall hockey. I'd like to see a special live stream with him someday, though. For that was pretty cool when he did Oral Roberts against Arkansas last year. That was a great special live stream he did. What's good, Braden? Welcome in, man. Glad to have you back in. Doubleheader tonight. Feel free to join in for Kentucky against LSU after this one. If you guys are new, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. This has been a great game. Virginia with a win today would put themselves in the bracket. West Virginia leading Iowa State at halftime, 41-31. Providence Xavier tied up at 36 at the half. And TCU leading at halftime over Texas, 35-30. So a lot of bubble teams in action tonight between TCU, Creighton, Xavier. Wake Forest also trailing by 3. Started the second half against Clemson, 36-33. West Virginia, Iowa State, both in the bubble. More so Iowa State, as West Virginia is behind the bracket. And Houston taking on Tulane. That's a game to monitor. Houston's been struggling lately. I think I do like Houston to win that game. I do think Tulane could keep it close though. Right now, I think Florida's just barely out. I can picture Florida and Oklahoma in the playing game, but Oklahoma just lost last night. I would have Florida above Michigan. I don't get how in the world is Michigan in the bracket. 14-11. This game to be monitored. Michigan leading Rutgers 36-33. Both of those teams, bubble teams. We'll keep you guys posted with that score throughout the night, along with a lot of games going on. Notre Dame leading Syracuse 45-43. Syracuse has been much better. I think there could be a bid thief in the ACC. I think before it's all said and done, some of those teams you're seeing as like a 9 or an 8 right now could not even make it into the bracket. I think they have very little margin of error. I'm talking about teams like Wyoming, Boise State, Colorado State, San Diego State, San Francisco. I think some of those names are going to be left off when Selection Sunday comes. All it takes is just one bad loss, and you go from being like a 9 seed to an 11. And then you get another bad loss, and you go from an 11 to not even in the bracket, just like that. It's crazy. Yeah, it's that Texas Southern loss that really, really hurts. Because Virginia's dealing it with the same way losses against Navy and James Madison. That James Madison one hurts because I don't even think they're tournament eligible for James Madison. James Madison switching conferences, so it's terrible that since they're switching conferences, they can't even compete in their conference tournament. And Navy right now is in a three-way top of the conference for the Patriots. So for Virginia, their resume would look a whole ton better if Navy takes the Patriot, because they're also in the running with Colgate and Boston University. That's basically the top 3 in that conference. We're back to action here. 18 minutes left to go. Handoff on the outside. Duke has it with Bunkero. Bunkero jab step dribbles mid-block, puts up the shot around the rim and out, gets his own rebound back, swarmed by defenders, and he gets fouled. So Paulo Bunkero will head to the free throw line. That's the first personal foul picked up by either team in the second half, as that is assessed to Armin Franklin. Yeah, unfortunate with Jawan Howard. Big swinger. I'm shocked that he didn't get fired over that. I looked at the bracket by Lunardi. He's got Michigan and Memphis playing each other in the first round. I don't know who to take right there. If both of those teams are in an actual matchup, both of those teams are first-round exits. I just really don't like Memphis because they turn over the ball almost more than anybody else in the country. I think they're like 350th in most turnovers per game. And that's not a good sign when the tournament time comes. 17.5 left to go. Virginia has it, driving down the lane. Extra bounce pass down low and couldn't finish. Off the back rim, missed by Cafaro. Goes right back to Duke. Top of the key, Boncaro attacks, left-hand dump-off, deflected out by Cafaro. And the clock will stop with 17:15. What's good, Ian on the stream? Welcome in, man. Glad to have you back into the stream. Do I watch TV Sunday mornings? I do a little bit. Yeah, I'm usually with my girlfriend on Sundays. I haven't been streaming Sundays a lot because I've been working like a lot of Saturdays, and then I've been usually at her place on Sundays for the most part. As that's good from 3-point range for Duke. It's Jeremy Roach. Roach up to 10 points now, as he happens to be the top scorer of the game for Duke. Just made his second 3-point shot of the night. 16:45 left to go. Virginia with the ball. Out to the top of the key, it's Beekman. Beekman passes corner. Clark turns the corner, dribbles, floats it up with the right hand, and gets fouled from behind. First personal foul of the second half by Duke. It's going to be on Jeremy Roach. Wow. Gee. Thanks so much for the update there, Brian. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's terrible, actually, because the place that I work for, we make a ton of our we make like a ton of money coming from the baseball contracts that we have, because we program all the baseball games on the network. And yeah, that's not good there, because we cover all the broadcasts, and we have like a ton of sponsors that cover it. That's not good. Virginia made the free throw last trip around. Duke went 1 for 2 that trip. Ball goes back to Virginia. 16:15 left to go. Top of the key, Beekman moves it out to the elbow. Clark dribbles in the sea of defenders, puts it outside of Beekman. Beekman, jumper, he hits it. That's a deep 2. 3-point game. Yeah, I'll be doing the Celtics game tomorrow. So that one I'll be doing tomorrow against the Nets. Top of the key, dribble, drive, down the lane inside, puts it up, banks it, count it, and 1. Trevor Keels, tough bucket, right at the rim, scores for Duke, and he's going to head to the free throw line. One shot coming up by Keels. We're going to have a media timeout first in the court. 15:50 left to go. It's been a great game between these two teams tonight. Virginia's hanging in there. They just need other players to pop off if they want to have the opportunity to see if they can sweep Duke. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Great game between these two teams currently. Points in the paint in favor of Duke, 18-6. That's the big matchup here for the Blue Devils, just taking it to the rim. And for Virginia, it's tough to sustain what they did in the first half, which was Kie Clark making 6 threes. Clark, the top scorer, with 19. Other than that, they got to find other players to score. And they only have 4 players who've been on the scoreboard tonight. 5 points by Jaden Gardner, their top scorer, and he has been held to just 1 rebound, as he is the number 1 scorer, number 1 rebounder, averaging 15 and 8 on the season. And he's got 5 and 1 tonight. Reese Beekman, 6 points, 5 boards. And Armin Franklin's got 2 points. And then for Duke, Jeremy Roach leading all scorers for the Blue Devils. He's got 10, 8 points by Keels, and 6 points, 5 rebounds by Boncaro with 5 assists. 6 points and 6 rebounds by Mark Williams. Wow. Yeah, so let's see. So this is on Twitter here. I'm looking at this tweet right now. Quote, a Major League Baseball spokesperson said tonight that if a deal is not in place by February 28th, regular season games will be canceled. So February 28th happens to be on Monday coming up. A deadline is a deadline, the spokesperson said. Player pay would not be recouped, nor would those games be rescheduled, the spokesperson said. That's crazy. So they have a deadline by Monday. And it doesn't look like they're going in the right direction with these talks. So less than 162 game season is what they would have. Just, it's terrible. Because they had the shortened season back in 2020 that they played from like July to October. In my opinion, though, I've thought that Major League Baseball needs to cut back on the games scheduled. I mean, that's a terrible way to do it through trying to reach an agreement through with these players here. But I've always thought that they needed to like have lesser games, because I've always thought it's been like a drag of a season, April to October all the way to like Halloween for playoff baseball. That's a long season, and a lot of the games when you get to like the month of August, some of the teams are like way out of playoff contention, that the games at that point don't even matter for them, and there's still 2 months remaining in the season once you hit the 1st of August. So we get back to action. One shot at the free throw line by Duke, missed around the rim by Trevor Keels. 15:45 left to play. Virginia has the ball. Cavaliers will slow it down. One of the slowest offenses nationally per adjusted tempo. Inside the key, Beekman. Bounce pass. Cafaro gets blocked by Williams, gets it back. Cafaro backs his way on Mark Williams with the right hand. Gets blocked again by Mark Williams. And he comes out with the basketball. Back-to-back blocks by number 15 at Duke, as Duke will have it. Mark Williams tonight putting up some big numbers as far as blocks. 6.7 rebounds and 4 blocks. 15-15 left to play. Top of the key, Roach. His pass deflected, gets it back. To the outside, it goes to Banchero. Jab step, dribbles, left baseline to the hole. Missed the layup off the glass, no good. Cafaro comes out with a defensive rebound. Under 15 minutes left to go. Clark slows it down, top of the key. Moves it into the hands to Beekman. Beekman passes out to the wing. Bounce pass, low baseline. Garner moves it outside. Here's a three on its way. Drills it through, as that will go down by Armin Franklin. 5 points Franklin is up to. Virginia has a chance to take this one if other players step up, and Franklin makes a big bucket. 14.5 left to go. Bounce pass to the top of the key into the hands of Wendell Moore. Moore off the pick set by Mark Williams. Dribbles up to the elbow. Moore passes. Williams into the key. Moves it out. Banchero, 29% on the season. That is way off the mark. Hit the bottom left part of the backboard. Virginia comes out with a defensive rebound. Chance to tie with a 2. Chance to take the lead with a 3. Drive kick to the baseline outside wing. Over to the top, it's Clark. 6 made threes in the first half by Kie. Clark dribbles towards his right. Gives it out to the wing. Franklin moves it over to Clark. Bounce pass, cutter, straight down the lane. Reese Beekman missed it. Offensive rebound. Couldn't get the putback by Cafaro, and he is having a tough game. 0 for 5. No points by Cafaro, as he missed a wide open bucket once again, and we're going to have a Virginia foul. Counted and won by Duke. It's a bucket good by Wendell Moore, going coast to coast. 39-35. Wendell Moore. Drive, attack, and draws the foul on Armin Franklin, and a big, strong bucket. We've seen this quite a bit tonight. 3-point play possibilities by Duke. Getting to the rim. What seed do I predict Florida? I think they're going to be in the play-in. They'll probably be a 12. I think the play-ins are going to be around a 12, maybe an 11. So I think either an 11 or 12, depending on how the play-in stuff goes. 13.5 remaining. Underneath. Shot gets blocked by Theo John, and Duke comes up with the ball. Duke by 5 as the free throw was good right before. Top of the key, Keels. Step back jumper, deep 2. Oh, and he hits it through. Trevor Keels, that's a big time shot right there off the step back. 13-10 left to go. Keels up to 10. Keels and Roach both have 10. Bunkero tonight's only got 6. At the left baseline, Kie Clark. Dribbles back out to the wing. Bounce pass, free throw circle to Gardner. Jumper. Sinks it. That is good for 2. Big bucket there by Jaden Gardner. Oh, I got you. I think they'll probably move up to the 4 by the time the season's done. I wouldn't mind a 6 versus 3 though against Philadelphia. I wouldn't mind a matchup at all against Philly. I think Philly's gonna lose in the first round. Bobbles it inside, stripped and forcing the turnover. It's gonna be Virginia ball. 12.5 left to go. Virginia forces the turnover. That is turnover number 6 by Duke. So Virginia finally winning the turnover battle. 5 turnovers by Virginia, 6 by Duke. Duke winning this game because of points in the paint. 20-8. Virginia hanging in because of Kie Clark with 19 points off of 6 made threes in the first half. Virginia has it slowing down. 12 minutes left to play. Top of the key with Stratman. Bounce pass into the hands of Beekman. 8 on the shot clock. Beekman dribbles up. Bounce pass down low. Slits past the defender. Puts one up and gets fouled. And Jaden Gardner will head to the free throw line with 2 shots with 12 minutes on the clock. This has turned out to be a great game. Virginia's just hanging in there. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. And we will take a media timeout on the court. Also, after this one will be Kentucky against LSU. Feel free to stop by for that stream. I just posted a link out to the merchandise if anybody's interested. They got some links out there if anybody's interested. Discord, Twitter, merchandise, memberships. All those links are posted in the description below this video. Feel free to join the Discord if you like. I got my Twitter link in the description. Merchandise I just posted to the chat. Pretty cool stuff in the merchandise site. Short sleeve, long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillow stickers, sweatshirts. And also the memberships. All members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. It's as low as $1.99 per month. Yeah, it's going to be interesting there. I just don't think it's going to work. James Harden's numbers have dipped a ton because they eliminated that foul call that he would just constantly get to the free throw line because all he would do was just lean into contact, and now they eliminated that, and he's been injured lately, on and off with a hamstring. Let's see what we got right now. Games in action. Providence leading Xavier by 1, 43-42. TCU, to monitor them right now, things are going good against Texas. 41-36, TCU leading Tulane. I knew Tulane was going to give Houston a fight. And here's Tulane leading 12-9 over Houston. Creighton, St. John's. This game we'll keep on monitoring. One of the earliest of the day is Creighton on the bubble, leading St. John's by 1, 77-76. And Clemson still up over Wake Forest, 51-47. So a couple bubble teams having some trouble tonight. Creighton, Wake Forest, Davidson pulling away against Duquesne, 55-41. Iowa State probably not going to make it into the tournament. Started out 12-0, and they've just spiraled downwards. West Virginia leading 50-40. Michigan leading Rutgers 50-45. Massive game for the bubble between those two teams. And Notre Dame pulling away against Syracuse 58-47. So that's basically it as far as the matchups going on right now that have tournament or bubble contentions. And what's good? Welcome in, man. And feel free to join in after this one. I'll be covering Kentucky against LSU, part of the doubleheader tonight. That should be a great game. I like it when Virginia plays in the early game, because usually whenever Virginia plays, the games end before the top of the hour, because Virginia barely fouls. Right now we have 5 total fouls with 12 minutes left to go in the second half. Virginia commits the fewest fouls out of any team in the ACC. Usually these games end around like 8:50 when I cover Virginia. First shot good by Jaden Gardner. Second one missed off the mark. Duke comes up with a defensive rebound. So Virginia has a team 8 personal fouls, 7 by Duke tonight. That's the total count. 12 minutes left to go. Duke with the ball. Top of the key, Wendell Moore. Bounce pass to the elbow. Boncaro working one-on-one. Moves it out to the top to Roach. Roach bounce pass, Boncaro backs his way mid-block. Spin move, down inside the low post, puts one up off the back rim. And Boncaro will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. It'll be a blocking foul charged by Jaden Gardner. First one good by Boncaro. Second one coming up by Boncaro, and this one is through. So Paolo Boncaro currently 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Virginia's hanging in there. 6-point game with 11.5 left to play. Cavaliers with the ball top of the key. Reese Beekman defended at the top by Moore. 15 on the shot clock. Passes out to the elbow. It's Shedrick. Hand off to Clark, turns the corner, dribbles, floats it up over the top with an alley-oop jam. Caden Shedrick behind the defense, and the Cavaliers pull 1-4. That's a huge slam right there. Kihei Clark making things happen and single-handedly keeping Virginia in this game. Drive, kick, Boncaro off to Griffin. Griffin moves it out to the baseline to Theo John. Backs his way, low post, puts one up, no good off the glass. Defensive rebound, pulled down by Virginia by Shedrick. Here goes the Cavaliers. Clark will slow it down. 4-point game with under 11 left to go. Clark dribbles towards his right. 15 on the shot clock. 10:40 left to play. Top of the key for Clark. Moves it out to the corner. Wide open 3. Spots up. Takes one. Hit the rim short. Missed by Beekman. Battle for the rebound. Pulled down by A.J. Griffin. Duke will have the ball once again. Pass midcourt for the Blue Devils. Roach gives it out to Moore. Moore defended at the top of the key. 15 on the shot clock. Moore dribbles, attacks, drives down the lane, triple teamed. Blocked from behind as the ball will go out of bounds. Caden Shedrick with a huge rejection right there defending Wendell Moore. Johnny, welcome in. No problem, man. Glad to have you back in. Stay safe out there, man. Yeah, unfortunate for my man Bobby. I hope everything goes the best as possible, and hopefully he's able to crush it, man. Just terrible when I heard the news about that. Inbound coming up for Duke. So they get the ball, pump fake inside the low post, drawing the contact and the foul. And Wendell Moore will head to the free throw line. 10:09 left to go. Stratman picks up the blocking foul, and that'll be team foul number 5 by Virginia in the second half. Notre Dame looking good. They lead Syracuse 60-48. And Wake Forest in quite a bit of trouble on the road as they are trailing Clemson 51-47. So that's the ACC bubble scoreboard right now. First shot good by Wendell Moore at the free throw line. Only team that's safe in the bracket for the ACC is Duke. Other than that, Miami, Wake Forest, Notre Dame's currently second in the conference, 1 game behind Duke, but those are the teams currently in the bracket. North Carolina right now on the thick of things in the bubble. Best victory is against Michigan, which Michigan is either last team in the bracket or first team out, according to a lot of bracketologists. I'm not even sure how. 14-11 for Michigan. Turnaround. Boncaro. That gets blocked. And Virginia comes back with the ball. Cavaliers would put themselves in the bracket with a win tonight, sweeping Duke. Driving. Beekman. Bounce pass out to the wing. It's Clark. Clark jab step. Tries to create space, defended by Roach. 9.5 left to go. Clark, defended by Williams. Moves it out to the elbow. Gardner, jumper, mid-range. He hits it. Big time shot there by Jaden Gardner. And Virginia able to pull one in 3. Gardner up to 10 points. 9:15 left to go. Wyatt, thanks so much for joining in, man. Thanks so much for the sub, brother. Appreciate it. Lob to the top of the key. It's Boncaro. Boncaro working one-on-one. 9 minutes even on the game clock remaining. Jeremy Roach in the outside. Roach off of a double team, able to get separation. Dribbles, attacks. Nobody on him out in front, and he scores right down the lane with the right hands. Beautiful jab step right there to shake off of the defender. 12 points by Jeremy Roach. He is the top scorer for Duke. Fat Cat, welcome back in. Thanks so much for joining in. What a game we have. Virginia moves it out to the right elbow. Jaden Gardner. Moves it over to the baseline. Dribbles towards his left as Clark at the wing. Bounce pass. Jumper. Deep 2. Missed off the back rim. Tough look by Gardner. And Duke comes up with a defensive rebound. 8:20 remaining. 2 timeouts remaining by Duke. 3 timeouts remaining for Virginia. And Virginia's committed 5 personal fouls in the second half. Duke with only 2. Lob to the right elbow. Wendell Moore. He's off of a double team. Bounce pass to the top. Swings it out to the corner. Wide open 3. Roach had a look. Couldn't get it. And a big offensive rebound scoring. Banks it home. It is Mark Williams. Big time put back right there from Markey. He's got 8 points and 10 boards. 8 minutes left to play. Virginia trailing by 7. See if they can get something here. Franklin. Passes. Low block outside of Franklin. Rises for the 3. No good. Missed offensive rebound control by Beekman. Beekman at the right block. Looks to pass it back. Calls for someone to get open. Bounce back past to Clark. 12 in the shot clock. Moves it out to Beekman at the top. Beekman dribbles up. Nothing really there. Kick out corner and deflected out of bounds. 5 in the shot clock. Virginia's having a lot of trouble just trying to drive to the rim as Duke's defense is stout. Not letting anything get to the rim right now. That's resulted in Virginia taking a lot of tough contested shots. Timeout here on the floor. Media timeout. 7:24 left to go. And it's a 7-point lead for Duke. Big game for the bracket. Currently, if you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for joining in, everybody. Appreciate you guys for being a part of the stream tonight. Duke's only shooting 29% from three-point range, just 4 for 14. They've had the looks, but haven't been able to send them down. Virginia made 6 threes in the first half, and courtesy of Kihei Clark. He has kept his team in the game in the first half, but Duke able to start to pull away. The big difference, 24-12 points in the paint in favor of Duke. And Clark's been limited to just 1 point in the second half, where it's been difficult trying to get anybody else going. Jaden Gardner's up to 10 points, but he's got a lot of tough buckets. Low percentage shots that he's got lucky, able to knock them down. Right now with a scoreboard update, Xavier leading Providence 47-45. TCU running away against Texas 48-38. That's impressive for TCU. Creighton looking to hold on as they lead St. John's on the road 81-78. 5 seconds remaining in the Creighton-St. John's game. Disappointing season for Michigan State or Mississippi State. South Carolina leading Mississippi State 66-54. A bunch of new transfers on the team this year. Haven't been able to put the pieces together, and will have to win the SEC in order to make it to the NCAA tournament for Mississippi State. Rough game for Wake Forest. 61-51. Clemson by 10 with 6.5 left to play. That's tough for Wake Forest, losing against Clemson, which is on the losing side of things in the ACC. Dayton Flyers trying to move up into the bubble as they are destroying UMass 70-40. Davison, top team in the A10, leading Duquesne 66-48. Iowa State has spiraled downwards, probably won't even make it to the bracket come Selection Sunday. 54-48. West Virginia by 6 over Iowa State. And Michigan leading Rutgers 61-49 without their head coach, Jawan Howard, tonight. Notre Dame leading Syracuse 62-55. 7 minutes left to go there. Notre Dame second in the conference behind Duke. And SMU, only 6 losses on the season. Somehow, the bracketologists don't even have them in the bracket. Put this team in the bracket as they lead Tulsa 28-18. SMU has a really good record. I don't see how they're getting left out like that. And other teams like Boise State are in as an 8 seed. Makes zero sense. Boise State, Colorado State, San Francisco. Those teams are all 8 and 9 seeds, and SMU is getting very little respect by the bracketologists. Coming up next, I'll be covering LSU against Kentucky. Feel free to join that one in. That'll be a doubleheader, separate live stream for the second game tonight. Oscar Tshiebwe could very well be National Player of the Year, putting up insane numbers. 15 and 15 by Tshiebwe, the top rebounder in the nation. 7:23 left to go. It's going to be 5 on the shot clock as Virginia will get the inbound as we're about to get back to action. Cavaliers find themselves down by 7 on their home court. If Virginia wins, they get put in the bracket. If they lose, they are outside of the bracket, and those losses against James Madison and Navy certainly do sting back in November. There's a huge jumper. Kihei Clark if Virginia wins player of the game. 21 points by Kihei, 18-footer straight away connecting on it. Raymond, welcome in. Glad to have you back in the stream, man. Duke with the ball at the wing. It is Jeremy Roach. Roach looking to pass it. Pick set by Mark Williams. Dribbles towards his left. 12 on the shot clock. Moves it out to Banchero. Right baseline dribble. Dish outside. They move it out to the top. 3-point shot taken straight away. Splash. Jeremy Roach, what a shot right there. That's a big-time basket for 3-point range. 15 by Roach, the top scorer for Duke. 6:30 left to go. Virginia trailing by their largest deficit, 8 points. Clark, dump off. Gets into the right hands, and they score. Jaden Gardner, right place, right time. Scoops up the deflected pass and puts up a jump shot and hits it inside the key. That is luck right there by Virginia. They need possessions like those, forcing a double team. Jab step, inside the key, Moore, lost the handle. Virginia picks up the steal. 6 minutes left to go, and the Cavaliers once again will slow it down. Virginia down by 2 possessions if they make threes. They move it outside. Here's a wide open one. Straight away, Beekman, bang, bang. It's a 3-point game. Wide open as you can be. Straight away at the top of the key. Timeout taken on the floor by Virginia. 5:54 left to go. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Virginia with 5 personal fouls. Duke with 2. This has been a great game. Duke's got a top 20 scoring offense. They're a nightmare matchup against any team that struggles defensively, but Virginia came into this game top 12 defensively, allowing opponents to only 60 points per game. Metro Gnome, welcome to the stream. Been a great game. Once again, came down to the wire back on February 7th for Virginia, won on the buzzer, possibly saved their season. And once again tonight, if they sweep Duke, they will get put right in the bracket for Virginia. We get back to action. 3-point game. Duke will have the basketball coming up with around 6 minutes remaining. Joe, welcome in, man. Duke takes it past midcourt. Roach moves it out to the wing. Keels, dribbles, attacks, drives right down the lane. He gets blocked and the ball pinwheels around. Back to Duke. Roach picks it up. Off to Moore. 10 on the shot clock. 5:30 left to go. Bounce past Mark Williams. Hand off Moore. Moore, spin move double team. Out to the top. Banchero dribbles up. Backs his way inside the post. Floats one up. No good. And it goes out of bounds. Turnover by Duke. Virginia will have the basketball with 5:24 left to go. The series between these two teams has gone back and forth, back and forth. Virginia took the last one by 1. Duke took last year's meeting by 1. It's been close, decided by 2 points or less. In the previous 5 of 6 meetings between Virginia and Duke, 2 points or less. Dating all the way back to 2018. That's incredible. Here's a jumper that's able to go through in the paint for Virginia. 5 minutes remaining. Kihei Clark, if the Cavs win this game, give him the game ball. 23 on the board for Kihei. 18 making 6 threes in the first half. Top of the key, Banchero moves it over to Roach. I took Virginia. And that's a loose ball. Virginia up in the turnover column right now as they just forced Duke's 8th turnover. Virginia has yet to turn over the ball in the second half. Here's a 3. Oh, the crowd would have went wild if he made it. And we get a loose ball fall picked up by Virginia. Kihei Clark had a look, couldn't convert. I see what Virginia's playing for. I took Virginia in this game for my prediction. 62-60 was my prediction. And I've got Kentucky later tonight beating LSU. My score prediction for that, I've got 69-59. 4:29 left to go. It's going to be Duke ball. That's the 6th personal foul picked up by Virginia. Going back all the way to 2016, these two teams have been constant close games. I'll go over those scores in a little bit as Banchero gets shoved out of bounds, and that will result in Virginia's 7th foul. Virginia looking for a baseline turnover, but they're going to get called on the push by Shedrick. So he pushed Banchero out. So Banchero head to the free throw line. But yeah, going back to 2016, Duke won in 2016 63-62. And then in 2018, Virginia won 65-63. Duke won in 2019 72-70. And then Virginia won in 2019 52-50. The last game Duke won last year 2021 66-65. And then the last game back on February 7th, Virginia won by 1 on a game winner, 69-68. It's incredible between these two teams. Yes, I'll be covering Kentucky against LSU after this one. And the free throw is missed by Banchero at the line. Missed in the 1-on-1 bonus. 4 minutes left to go. Virginia down by 1, and they have the basketball. Top of the key, Kihei Clark. If it gets in the crunch time minutes, he's the one to go to. Bounce pass, jumper, elbow, missed off the back rim, no good by Gardner. Duke comes out with a defensive rebound. They will slow it down in an absolute slugfest tonight. And a timeout taken with 3:48 remaining by Coach K. 1 timeout for Duke, 2 by Virginia. And Duke in the bonus with 7 fouls picked up by Virginia. Duke with only 3. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. 7-zip run by Virginia in the last 2.5 minutes. It has led to a Duke 3-minute scoring drought right now. Kihei Clark, top scorer for Virginia with 23, 12 by Jaden Gardner. And then for Duke, it is 15 points by Jeremy Roach, having a stellar game, 6 for 7 from the floor shooting. Perfect 3 for 3 from three-point range by Roach. Trevor Keels, 10 points. Duke's only 33% from 3, 5 for 15. Virginia hanging in with a 3-ball tonight at 42%, 8 for 19. Points in the paint in favor for Duke, 24-12. Why Virginia has come back is because Virginia's winning the turnover battle in the second half. Just 5 turnovers throughout this entire game by Virginia, 8 by Duke. And then, going to dial in here to the second half, 0 turnovers by Virginia. And half number 2, Duke with 4 turnovers as a team. This has been a really good game. 3:49 left to go as Duke burns a timeout. Quick update. Tulane leading Houston 22-21. I'm thinking Houston could very well be a first-round exit. They could be upset by this team right now, which is looking great. They got 10 seniors in their team. That is Vermont, who is steamrolling throughout their conference. 59-43 leading Binghamton. Vermont, a top 15 defense. TCU, Texas, tied up at 50. Xavier leading Providence 54-50. Auburn against Ole Miss. This game just tipped off. We'll keep you guys posted. Clemson leading Wake Forest 63-55 with 4.5 minutes left to go. That's tough for Wake Forest. That's a tough loss if they can't come from behind. West Virginia leading Iowa State 56-51. Not even sure right now if Iowa State even makes the bracket at this point. Big game for the bubble. Michigan, without their head coach tonight, beating Rutgers by 13 with under 4 minutes left to go. 68-55. And Notre Dame, second in the ACC as they lead Syracuse 70-63. SMU leading Tulsa 30-27. SMU's in the bubble. They got a really good record. I don't know how they're much higher, because they should be on the same grouping as Wyoming, San Francisco, Colorado State. And those teams are put as like an 8 and a 9 seed, and SMU isn't even in the bracket. And SMU is 18-6. And they beat Houston. And they swept Memphis. And they're not even in the bracket, which makes 0 sense. .348 left to play as we head right back to action. Duke going right to left in the court as they get the inbound. Roach passes out to the wing. Griffin pump fake. Slide to the left. Takes the 3. He hits it. AJ Griffin, by far best 3-point shooter this season for the Blue Devils. 45.5% from 3-point range. Just made his second triple in the night and a big one. Puts up Duke by 4. Lob inside. Had position was Cafaro. And Duke commits a reach-in foul underneath the hoop. It's on Roach. And that's Roach's third. Team foul number 4 by Duke in the second half. 3:24 left to play. Virginia will get the inbound. Mark Williams enters the game. As AJ Griffin will head to the bench now for Duke. Virginia will get the inbound underneath their hoop. Clark, Gardner, Beekman, Franklin, Shedrick, 5 in the court for Virginia. It's Wendell Moore, Trevor Keels, Jeremy Roach, Paulo Banchero, Mark Williams, 5 in the court for Duke. Virginia with 2 timeouts left. Duke with 1. Inbound goes out to the wing to Clark. 3:20 left to go. 15 on the shot clock. Bounce pass top of the key off to Clark once again. Clark has the ball, moves it out to the elbow, forces up a jumper, floating, scores. That's good for Virginia as it's able to go through by Armin Franklin. 2-point game, 3 minutes left to go. Duke with the ball. At the wing with Wendell Moore. Dribbles towards his left, top of the key, pass deflected, active hands by Beekman, and it gets tipped out of bounds. 2:58 remaining. Duke will get the inbound coming up. 7 total fouls in the second half by Virginia. And 4 as a team by Duke. So no fouls to give by the Cavaliers. Bounce pass off the inbound for Duke. It goes into the hands of Jeremy Roach. Roach passes off to Keels at the wing. Keels dribbles towards his right. Gives it over to Moore. Moore at the right wing, 1-on-1. Crossover, dribbles up, free throw circle. Back outside, Griffin launches a deep 3. Right down the pipe, and he connects with it. AJ Griffin, an absolute killer here in the final 5 minutes of action. Back-to-back threes by AJ. 2:30 left to go. Virginia with the ball. Pass off the right baseline. Cut backdoor underneath and scores. It's Jaden Gardner. 3-point game. Timeout on the floor by Virginia. 1 timeout remaining for both of these teams. 2:22 left to go in a great game tonight between both of these programs. Virginia trying to stay alive in the NCAA tournament bracket. If they sweep Duke, they're in. If not, they're not in the bracket. Big game here in Charlottesville. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Feel free to join in for LSU versus Kentucky later tonight for my second stream. What a game here between these two teams. Quick update between the final score of Creighton against St. John's. Creighton holds on for the victory, 81-78. So Creighton is on the bubble. That's a big victory. Other game winners coming in. South Carolina gets the victory over Mississippi State tonight, 66-56. Mississippi State would have to win the SEC tournament now to be tournament eligible, as they have spiraled downwards here throughout conference play. Dayton still alive for a potential at-large bid. Dayton Flyers crush UMass tonight, 82-61. They have that big win that they're relying back in November against Kansas. We get back to action. 2:15 left to go. 3-point lead for Duke. Duke with the basketball. Hand off to A.J. Griffin. He has made 2 straight threes in a row. Griffin this time attacks. Right block, puts one up, and he scores once again. A.J. Griffin in the final 5 minutes of this game is just taking over for Duke. 2 minutes left to go. Griffin up to 11, 8 of those points scored in the second half. Out to the right wing, it is Beekman. Beekman passes out to the top of the key. Virginia dribbles up, floats up the shot, and gets fouled as Beekman. Beekman will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's on Wendell Moore, who picks up the blocking foul. So that's team foul number 5 committed by Duke. Reese Beekman will get his first free throw of the night. 81% free throw shooter this season. $147 left to go. Beekman shooting 2. First one is good. Stratman checks out of the game. Shedrick back in for Virginia. Second free throw coming up by Beekman. It's up and it's good. 3-point game. 1:47 left to go on the clock. Duke will have the ball. Inbound in the backcourt to Wendell Moore. Moore dribbles past the timeline. Hand off to Griffin, who has taken over this game. Griffin, crossover, top of the key. Moves it outside to Roach. Roach towards his right. 18 on the shot clock. Minute 30 left to go. Hand off to Griffin. The ball into the hands of this dude, number 21, who has completely taken over this game. Griffin almost lost the handle. Virginia looking to force the tie-up, and they will. Cavaliers force the tie-up. Referees point in Duke's direction, though. Possession arrow, Duke. 1:24 left remaining. 7 on the shot clock for Duke. The Blue Devils get lucky. They get the possession arrow. A.J. Griffin lost the handle at the top of the free throw circle. Great tie-up forced by Caden Shedrick of Virginia. Just didn't have the possession arrow in their favor. Next time they will. Duke will get the inbound on the near side. It will be Trevor Keels, the inbound passer. He's got Bunkero, Roach, Griffin, and Wendell Moore. 5 in the court for Duke. Inbound off to Bunkero. 5 in the shot clock. Bunkero crossover. Top of the free throw circle. 18-footer straight away. Missed too strong off the back rim. Defensive rebound pulled down by Beekman. Minute 15 left to go. Virginia down by 3. They have the ball. These two teams have been in thrillers against each other. Close games throughout the past 5 years. Top of the key, Clark, bounce pass deflected, poor decision, stole away as it pinwheels around in the key. It's Keels, out to the races, he scores. Trevor Keels, coast to coast, lays it up and in for 2, and Virginia had not turned over the basketball for the first 19 minutes in the second half, and they do with 1 minute even remaining, and it cost them. 5-point game. Now they gotta hurry. And they're not strong offensively, but this time they go to the hole to score. Jaden Gardner lays it up and in for 2. 38 seconds left. Duke has the ball. They'll slow it down. 11-second differential shot clock and game clock. Virginia looking for a stop, and they need a three, which 6 out of the 8 made threes in this game have been by Kihei Clark, and he has made all 6 in the first half and none in the second half. Timeout taken by Coach K. 25 seconds left to go. Check that. It will be a 12-second differential shot clock and game clock. 25 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Duke out of timeouts. Virginia with 1 timeout left. If you're new on the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. What a game. 15 points by Jeremy Roach, 6 for 7 shooting, the top scorer for Duke. 12 points by Trevor Keels, 5 for 8 from the floor, and A.J. Griffin, 8 points in the second half. He's got 11 total, making 3 3-point shots, and Duke has gone all the way up from starting shooting 1 for 6 from downtown for now 7 for 17 as a team total from 3-point range. That turnover by Virginia was a crusher. That was only their 6th turnover to game. It comes down to this. Will Virginia make it into the NCAA tournament? A win tonight, yes. A loss tonight, it's probably going to be difficult. They would have to win the ACC tournament to do so. So they would be 17-11. It's tough if you're from the ACC this season, down season, especially with 11 losses, especially with 12 losses, to make it into the NCAA tournament. It's basically impossible from this season from the ACC to do that. Yeah, this has been fantastic. Make sure to join in. LSU against Kentucky. Join in progress there after this one concludes. We'll take about a 5-minute break because I have to change over to scoreboard stuff. 25 seconds left. Inbound coming up on the far side for Duke. 12-second differential shot clock and game clock. Game clock at 25. Shot clock at 13. Trevor Keels in the front court will be the inbound passer on the far side for Duke. He's got Boncaro, Griffin, Roach, and Wendell Moore. Inbound goes to Boncaro. 10 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock. Top of the key for Boncaro. Virginia needs to force a miss to stay in this game. Dribbles up, Keels attacks right down the lane. Contacted, bodies collide, and Keels gets fouled. Blocking foul by Caden Shedrick, and Trevor Keels will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Keels tonight is struggling when it comes to free throws. These free throws are huge. Keels shooting 2. First one, no good. Around the rim, and he missed. Second one coming up by Keels. It is up, and that gets the friendly bounce in. 4-point lead by Duke. 14 seconds left to go. Virginia, their season on the line. They need something quick. To the right corner. Shoots the 3. Gardner. Off the front rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Clark. 6 seconds. They need something here. Gardner attacks. Dribble drive inside with the right hand. Finishes with 2.5 though. Not sure if it's going to be enough though for Virginia. They need to force a turnover somehow, some way, and then get the basketball back. And they're out of timeouts as well. It's going to be tough. (63-61). Duke will have the ball with 2.5 seconds remaining. Thanks so much, Wyatt. Really appreciate it, man. What a matchup between these two teams. That turnover was a crusher by Virginia that they had with under a minute left to play. They hadn't turned over the ball for an entire second half until past the 19-minute mark through the second half. Big reason why Duke is winning this game. Points in the paint tonight, 28-20. Kihei Clark did it all he could to try to keep Virginia in this matchup. Clark scored 18 points, making 6 threes in the first half, was held at just 7 in the second half. 2.5 seconds remaining. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Both of these teams in the timeout huddle. No timeouts remaining for either team. Duke with 5 fouls, Virginia with 8. Just takes so much time. And for Virginia, they're going to be looking back at their season, wondering why they're in the NIT. Couldn't sweep Duke, and losses against James Madison and Navy really crushed them. My favorite team's Providence. I'm actually from Massachusetts, not too far away from Rhode Island, where I'm from, but I'm a big Celtics fan, Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins. I cover all different types of teams for college basketball, also NBA in the channel as well. 2.5 seconds left. Duke will get the inbound coming up. And basically a prayer for Virginia to see if they can force overtime tonight. Came down to one possession. And Virginia had a rough turnover with under 1 minute left to go. And their only turnover in the second half. And for Virginia, they'd have to win the ACC tournament if this does result in a loss tonight. That's the only way they can make March Madness, is winning the ACC tournament. Yes, they should win the regular season for the ACC for Duke. Inbound coming up for Duke. They will dump it over to A.J. Griffin, and he gets fouled with 1.8. So A.J. Griffin in the 1-on-1 bonus will shoot free throws. A.J. Griffin, 74% on the season. First one is up, and first one he makes. And the next free throw will decide the game. Virginia would have to get the rebound to get a full court shot off and somehow miraculously score it in order to tie it up and send it into overtime. Griffin, second free throw coming up. On its way. And nails it. And Duke will survive another scare tonight. 1.8 seconds remaining. Yet to go final. But that's how close it was. Both of these teams have played so many tight games against each other in the last 5 years. Inbound, Virginia looking for a 4-point play. Can't get it. And that is the ball game. Duke comes out with a big victory. 65-61 on the road against Virginia. 15 points by Jeremy Roach, 6 for 7 from the floor, 13 each by Keels and Griffin tonight in a game that Bunkero went just 2 for 13 from the floor. Other players stepped up in a big way, and A.J. Griffin took over in the last 5 minutes of this game, knocking down some clutch shots as Duke is able to get the W tonight and make sure there is no season sweep against Virginia. Final score, 65-61. We're going to close out to the channel members, and then I'll be back in a couple minutes calling LSU against Kentucky. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. All channel members get shout-outs at the end of my live stream as we have Jason, Cindy, Rajib, Alded, Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D-Block, BP, Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arahan, Mike, Mark, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino, Joseph, Elkian, GFR 90, Woody, Ward, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Man and Hayes, Barco, Dave, Rise of Steel, and Kelly. Thanks so much all for joining in. Duke with a W tonight, 65-61 over Virginia. Feel free to join in about 5 to 10 minutes from now. I'll be covering Kentucky against LSU. Thanks so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.